Hello YouTube, this is a Satsu 5 and this is my trip to Maui, Hawaii. And this is really a demonstration of what you can do with the iPhone 11 Pro. I was lucky enough to have this shipped to me 2 days before the trip, super early, or earlier than expected. And I wanted to demonstrate the cinematography and photography capabilities of this phone and document my trip as well. This thing has a 2 times optical zoom and I think a 10 times digital zoom, which you can see right here. I'm going to zoom in and out during the videos in this one video, just to kind of show you what it can do and what the clarity is. But yeah, this is when we're flying over Colorado. We actually landed in Colorado, and then from there went to Maui. This is the mountain range in Colorado, and I particularly like this photo as well. I'll try not to talk too much in the video, but in the photos I'll give commentary. Keep in mind that all of these photos are taken with the cell phone, without any filters, except for one, and it's going to be painfully obvious that I didn't take this photo, but I think it's well worth it to put it in the video. But these are all taken with the cell phone with no filters. This is a chaplain or a chapel. My brother was a chaplain, so I wanted to take pictures of the chapel to send to him. I thought he would appreciate it. Very beautiful. Nice for a destination wedding, I guess. But yeah, I'm going to give commentary on the still photos. And the video, I'll try to just let the music play and stuff. But so far, I've really enjoyed it. Very beautiful. I learned one thing, that Maui has 2 sections. One's very lush and one's very arid. Here's the beach at our hotel, and it is beautiful as well. And this is what I'm calling the Big Kahuna Burger. And wait for it. Yes! One of the great movies, one of the great Tarantino movies. So this happened. I paid about $290 for that. And here was a pizza. I never had a margarita pizza before. And here's Princess Leia. Again, I'm just trying to demonstrate what the camera can do. And this is the luau. They're digging up the pig. And honestly, I am very disappointed that the pig did not have an apple in the mouth. But it was cool seeing this. I think this was a decoy pig. And here's the video.
Ahea vale o e ku alohala e ya mai au ke kali de la mai lo e mai o e ku ipola e ala dike mai o.
Here's the buffet at the luau. Some of the red stuff is tuna. I've never had like raw tuna before. They had a salsa type thing that reminded me of Mexican salsa, but I think it had salmon in it or something, or fish, and then some kind of root thing, and or root sauce. The meat in general was good, but I decided to try a little bit of stuff that I normally want to eat just for the sake of being on vacation in Hawaii and trying stuff new. But I just thought I would kind of give you the rundown. There was pork, steak, chicken, mahi-mahi, tuna, and some kind of thing that reminded me of Mexican salsa, which I think had fish in it. So that's it, and here's the video.
na ulu ka maa o ie ilai ka bakanila o na ulu ka maa e o mawinuia kama Ke aloha kulei ona ona e hoki mai kupua lena maliu mai ko aloha walea
It always pleases me when you walk into a fancy restaurant and they hand you a Laguiole steak knife. Now, these are relatively cheap. They're not the same knife that we're used to if you're into the European knife scene. These Laguioles don't fold. They're not to the same quality as an authentic Laguiole knife. but it gave me the opportunity to talk about Laguiole knives to the table that I was sitting at and give a brief lesson in history and terminology about this knife. This is based on a French shepherd's knife, and it has crappy guillotine and a kind of a cheap lamouche. But again, when I say cheap, I'm not saying that in a bad way. It's just a hotel that services thousands of people can't outfit everyone with a authentic folding Laguiole knife with a super steel or a decent steel with quality handwork. So it's not a bad thing that it's cheap, but it does make you feel a bit special when they hand you a knife like this instead of the standard steak knife that you find at a Texas Roadhouse. So I thought I'd share that with you, and I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I hope that my table enjoyed my ramblings about knife culture. So that's it. I'm a Satsu 5, and I'm out. This is a rambutan. I hope I pronounced that correctly. It's a fruit completely foreign to me. It's originated in Malaysia in the Pacific, and after it has kind of a shell, a thick shell. And after I opened it up and it revealed this beautiful display that I didn't intend, I kind of gnawed on it a little bit, and I was trying to describe it to my family. And after taking small bites, thinking about it, feeling it, touching it, licking it, just biting into it, I came to the conclusion that the closest thing we have in Texas is a grape, maybe a muscadine grape, but it's completely different than a muscadine grape, other than the fact that it has a very big seed. But I suspect the best way to eat it is like a muscadine grape. But the taste is similar to the grape. The texture, although different, is the closest thing I could think of it is a grape. And then I was pleased to see after I Wikipedia'd it that they also described it as a grape. So I wasn't too far off track. And I ate it. It was somewhat enjoyable, but it's not something that I'd go out of my way to eat again. And I thought I'd share that with you. My watch is no longer a desk diver. I took it on its first dive trip in my first dive trip in the ocean and really enjoyed it. This is my Vortex pack with my Apollo fins. My mask broke. I had to borrow one. And this is the Huma Huma fish, the state fish of Hawaii. And this is, yes, shark bait. Ooh-ah-ha. I love this fish. This is another fish that I really enjoyed. On my first ocean dive trip. This is a eel. It's relatively small but beautiful. And this was the star of the show. Saw one of these. It was huge. It weighed more than me. And I'm not showing you everything that I saw. These are just some of my favorites on this dive trip. This was my first dive trip into the ocean. I've dove inland before in freshwater, but this is a completely different animal. I really enjoyed it. And, everybody canceled the trip except for me. So I had a one-on-one experience with the dive master. He got to show me things that he probably couldn't show me if I was in a big group. He would pick up things off the ground and put them in my hands. And then after I got finished holding it, I'd put it on the ground. And then he'd pick it up and put it back where he found it. And again, my GoPro is not working correctly, so I couldn't take it on this trip. So I took pictures of the animals and wildlife that I saw on the trip. And, the dive master showed me and told me the names of these fish and talked a little bit about them. I told the dive master that there was only 2 ways this trip could have been improved. I love this trip. I never dove in the ocean before. I said the only way this trip could have been better is if I got to see a shark, preferably a tiger shark, because I think they're awesome, or if there was a hula girl scuba diving with me. That would have been pretty nice as well. But again, this was well worth the money. It was an awesome experience. I also would have liked to see a giant moray eel, but you don't get to you don't get to choose what you see. You just see what's out there, and this was amazing. If you don't scuba dive and you're okay with getting into the ocean, I'd highly encourage you to get your scuba certification and experience this. This is stuff that you only see on the National Geographic Channel, but you're there, you're feet away from it. My maximum dive depth was 30 39 feet. Visibility was awesome. I've never been in water so clear before. You know, it was like looking through a wavy mirror or a wavy window. You could just see forever. And the temperature was roughly 88, 89 degrees, so it was very comfortable. And this was just amazing. Like I said, if there was a hula girl and a tiger shark, I would have just been, you know, I would have just been very content and very happy, and it would have made the trip like 1,000 times better. But it was an awesome trip, and I highly encourage you, if you have a dive certification, to get in the ocean and just experience God's creation. And if you don't have a dive certification, maybe you can get on a hookah system, or maybe free dive or snorkel and get to see these animals up close. It's amazing. Thank you for watching.